First thing we're going to do is open up the Unity editor. If we're in the editor here, let's go to the file, build settings. So in the build settings here, if you're not on the Android build, switch to that. There'll be like a little switch platform button if you're not in there already. You have the build app bundle, Google Play, so you want to check that box there. And then in the player settings, if you open that up, just upgrade your versioning. So I already updated this one to 0.9. The next we'll go into the other settings, and then within here there's another version that you'll update. So again, I already updated this to 0.9. So this bundled version code here needs to be updated as well. So let's just update that into 1 to 12. So we'll save that. And so once you're ready with your application, all the changes are in, you just hit the build. And so this is just where the file's going to be built out to. So I'm going to rename this also from Android build to. So we'll let that run. All right, so once that's finished, you'll have your AAB file ready for the Google Play console upload. For me, it was a quick build right now, just since I ran it previously. When I made a lot of changes, it took around like 9 minutes to actually build the entire application again. So once we have the file, let's just go back into your Play console here. And what we're doing. Next is we're going to go into production. So yeah, we'll go into production and you'll see this new create new release button. You'll go into there, and then once you're in the create release, we're just going to upload that file that we just created. So let's go back to that file, bring it over and just drag it in. So let that load a little bit. All right, so after the file is built, you'll see just the summary below here. So we're just going to hit next. All right, so there was a warning about the what looks like just crashing messages and kind of just informational logging. So we're just gonna kind of ignore that since we don't care that much. So next it'll just kind of go over some other things with like the summary of the new release here. So you can see the support devices, release delivery, which is just, it's slightly bigger because we did add some new features in there. And yeah, so that all looks good to me. So I'm just gonna hit save here. So then the next thing we have to do is send it over to Google to actually review the release. Before you do that, you can test it out with one of the open testing, internal testing kind of options here and do the release that way. But since I know that I haven't really changed anything that's going to make a huge difference, we're just going to kind of send the one change to review here. So then we're going to hit that. All right, so yeah, now it's in kind of Google's court where they're just going to have to review the changes here that we made, and once they approve it, it'll be ready for the production release. And then in the Play Store here, if we go to the app, it'll show like the new 0.9 version somewhere. One other thing to add in here is you can edit the release notes. So for us, we're just going to do this here. So over here with the release notes, what we're going to do is just kind of add in what changes were made. So for us, I'm going to say some, so with that we're going to hit save. All right, so yeah, that's basically it. If you have any comments or questions, just leave them in the chat, and yeah, we can probably help.